kind of wishing that the hotel was a little closer to like all the main Chicago stuff, because all we're close to is a mall. Went to the mall, and it's a mall. Well, Frank spent a lot of time in the Lego store. He was gonna make a Lego of himself. I wasn't. He's in the shower now. I might go down to the gym. At 8 o'clock, there is a social mixer where we can network. There's a screaming kid in the hallway. Welcome to Chicago. Hey everybody, I'm Tone. I'm here with Head of Creative Development at Trapdoor, Frank.
Hey everybody.
And we are at the Chicago Room Escape Conference. Seminars galore, Expo, whole deal. First ever escape room convention. So we want to kind of give you guys some insight into the first Room Escape Conference and what's going on, how it's going, etc. Last night we did the mixer at the bar, and that was great. Yeah. I had a blast with that. We got to meet people from all over the world. Gentlemen
owners,
from players, people getting into the industry, people who have been there for really actually everybody's been just a couple months for the most part
within the last year.
And people from London, people from all parts of the U.S.,
Toronto.
Canada. It's really kind of amazing to see how global this industry has already become. So the mixer was awesome. Drinks, food, great networking, and lots of new friends. This morning, 8 a.m. call time for create your own Gen 2 tech prop. How'd that one go, Frank?
Not too well. Didn't go too well.
Now, before we kind of review this seminar, I'm not going to say that the seminar by any means was bad. Host of the seminar was doing an awesome job. It's a workshop, so the idea is that they're going to give you an Arduino starter kit, and you're going to build a prop in that workshop. Now, here's the thing: the workshop sold out really quick. So by the time we had made a collective decision that we were going to, hey, New Jersey, that we were going to come out and do this, as a weekend. They opened up a spectator's pass. So we're like, oh, well, cool. We could still at least see what's going on and get involved. That was a mistake. This workshop was 100% built for hands-on craftsmanship and, being in the room, watching.
Yeah, it just did not work. Nothing was able to resonate without having the hands-on of connecting the wires and actually really learning what the thing does. We couldn't even download the computer program. The app.
Yeah, no software, it was killer. So that didn't work. But just to show how great the conference is, went downstairs, talked to someone in charge, and they credited us to go to other seminars in its place. Now, one of the main reasons we came here was to learn Arduino. So that sucks, but at least they took care of us and made it so that we didn't waste all that money.
Right.
So so far so good. I mean, that seminar could have went a lot better, but we'll be attending Melting the Minds in another hour, and we'll let you guys know how that one goes later. We just got out of Melting Minds, a seminar all about immersing your players into the experience and working with their emotions and what reactions you can get out of them. So let's go into what we thought.
I think it was a great one. It was really informative just to the state of the industry and the psychology that goes into how to treat clients and what emotions you want to elicit from customers. It was a really great one, and we learned a few things ourselves. And we also learned that we already do a lot of the things that we're supposed to be doing, so that's always good to know.
Always good to find that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coming to Trapdoor. Smells.
Yeah, and it's more sound.
Yeah, maybe a bit more sound too.
Yeah.
And apparently the USA is the only place that still groups people together. So we're going to take a new look at that and see where we go with it. We'll talk then. All right, we're in the car heading to Chicago. And introduce yourself, guys. Who are you? What companies you running?
So Jason Stroud from the UK, thinking outside the box escape rooms.
Chad McLean, Exodus Escape Room, Southern California.
And you know who we are. So guys, it's been now a full day with the Room Escape conference.
Yep.
What do we think so far?
Yeah, it's been really good. Looking at the new tech that's coming into escape rooms, and looking at how to build basically escape rooms, different ideas about how to design the puzzles inside your rooms, and what the new puzzles are coming about in the US.
What's your thoughts?
Not bad, a lot of beginners though. First timers.
How long you been in business?
Been in business for many years, been in the escape room business for about 2 years.
2 years. One of the longest running that we've seen so far, so there's hope. So we're heading for a night out on the town, and we'll keep things coming as we get along. So, open the morning up. We had not many hours of sleep last night, so we've been chugging coffee all day. We opened with roomescapeartist.com, and what was the subject of?
The player experience, the player's perspective on how to make games better.
Yes. It was good.
It was really good, yeah.
It was really good. Everyone seemed intrigued by everything that David and Lisa had to say in it. If you watch our videos, you're familiar with David and Lisa and all their reviews on Room Escape Artist, and them coming on and doing videos with us for Unlocked. They covered a lot. If you're looking to know what you should and shouldn't do to your players, it was a great seminar.
Right, yeah.
So then we followed that with
that was Mega Games, right?
no, not yet. Was it already?
Oh, the branding, working with films.
Working with
Incorporated,
Brands, Films, Incorporation, and that was hosted by Nate from Puzzle Break.
Yeah, that was
I
pretty
enjoyed
good.
that.
Yeah.
I thought that was very informative.
Yeah. He does a lot of work with Cruise Line, so he has a big company already under his belt. So he was really informative about what to do and what not to do.
Yeah, I felt like he definitely had the expertise. Here's a big thing, and this is something that we've been kind of discussing with everybody throughout the weekend so far. The difference in people who have backgrounds that complement the industry before they get in the damn industry.
Yeah.
And it's not so much a complaint as it becomes a just watching the trends of who's doing well and who's not.
It helps to think about the business end and keeping it and sustaining it a business before you get into it.
Right.
You got to think about all of that aspects, your audience and everything else, not just like I'm going to open this room and people are going to come. You have to think about all the business aspects of it before you even get started.
But I guess long story short, he put on a good presentation. Everyone was intrigued. He got an applause, which isn't happening in every event, and everyone stayed.
Dave and Lisa also got applause and everybody stayed.
Absolutely. Learned a lot from that, especially with some deals we have down the pipeline. So
Then it was Mega
Games. Okay, so I'm not gonna pull any punches. That sucked.
It was booked as Mega Games, the future of the industry. Now to us that means a massive escape game, like a 50-person escape game. That's not what this was at all. We're kind of just still trying to figure out what it was.
It was a LARP.
It was basically LARPing, and the one that they were constantly going on about was politics, was political LARPing.
I still can't really determine, and I'd like to hope the latter is not true, but I feel like we either had they thought they had a way to incorporate the LARP industry into the escape room industry in a way that the escape room industry would benefit. Or B, they were masking LARPing into the escape room industry to take $55 from everybody in the room. And if it's B, I'm pissed. If it's A, horrible execution. And I even tried to defend their asses once.
Yeah, they couldn't really describe the game. They tried describing the game by what it wasn't, and that didn't really work because nobody really knew what they were talking about then.
Just imagine someone walks into your escape business and says, "What do you do here?" And you say, "Well, let me tell you what I don't do here." It was ridiculous. And they started making excuses as to why it was so bad. Somebody didn't show that was in their group, and
There were people walking out constantly.
the bottom line was they just could not explain what they did at all. At one point, I raised my hand and I said, "Look, I'm AT&T. Pitch me. Give me the pitch. What are you?" And all of a sudden, he started talking about paper pirate ships. I really don't know what the hell happened. But a quarter of the room was gone by the time we decided to walk out.
Probably more than a quarter.
Probably more than a quarter.
Yeah, maybe it was
For
half.
once, maybe I'm under embellishing.
You might actually, yes, for once, you might be under embellishing. Yeah.
But it was so bad. It was so bad. Matter of fact, we walked out and someone outside of the seminar room started yelling after us. They were pre-preparing to give people tickets to compensate their visit to this one so they could go to another in its place.
Yep.
That's how bad it was. And then
Was immersive.
immersive themed environments.
Yeah. Humbling and encouraging at the same time.
Humbling and encouraging at the same time. Truer words were never spoken. I loved this seminar. I think so far this may have been, was it my favorite?
You really liked the one yesterday too.
Which one was that though?
Well, Melting the Mind was good.
Melting Minds was great. Yeah, it's a close tie between Melting Minds and immersive themed environments.
Yeah.
Basically, it comes down to the company 5-Wits. 5-Wit may be, in my opinion of what I have seen in this conference thus far, maybe the leading dog in the industry right now. And I say that, aspiring to one day be there. They've been around since 2004, so like us, they have a very long history of, puzzle-themed immersive content, except that their content has been making money for a very long time, where we stumbled a lot of times.
Yeah.
There's almost a feeling of, the alternate universe of what could have been of back in the day when Frank and I used to talk about ideas, and we actually had said, maybe we should just make a place where people come in and they have to play through the environment, and we didn't do it because we thought it was too small time. Well, now he's spending $500,000 on a theme, and we're in the 30 realm, give or take.
Beautiful, amazing themes.
Amazing.
Really show you the potential of the industry.
Part Disneyland theme park attraction, part escape room, part gorgeous. The work that they do is absolutely incredible. Now, I know personally, and this may not be a popular thing to say, I shouldn't say popular thing to say, but he wasn't very popular. There was some animosity in that room.
Yeah. Well, the people who were just trying to start out, he made it seem like to them anyway, an insurmountable objective, that they will never reach that pinnacle, and 90% bull.
Someone actually called him out on it, and his response, which I found priceless, was, "Well, when I open in your area, you'll be out of business." And it's like, I looked at Frank, I was like, please don't come to Red Bank.
Yeah.
Because, that's a challenge that I don't think, 90% of the industry is ready to accept. This guy is the pinnacle. I mean, he's amazing. Or at least his people, his company is amazing. And real amazing, not the catchphrase of, anyone in the business. But go play 5-Wits. I'd love to, go play Trapdoor. Don't get me wrong here, go play Trapdoor. But go play 5-Wits because, wow, you want an experience, it's an experience. I think that sums up the day. The Expo floor. We've done the Expo floor.
There was also the starting multiple
games in your facility.
Yeah.
Yes. Notice I forgot about it. Nowhere near as bad as Mega Game,
Right.
but fairly pointless.
Very, very technical, and if someone's on the fence about opening multiple games, maybe it was useful for them, but they weren't telling us anything we didn't.
I was just gonna say, was it really that technical? I don't think I learned anything.
Well, I mean, he was talking a lot about profit and ratios and space and
Okay, I guess
some numbers.
I guess if you have not opened a business yet, and you were opening a multi-room game for your first,
or you were thinking between a multi-room or a single room.
right? Then you know what? I retrieved my statement. This was a good seminar. But for anyone who's been in the industry at all for any period of time, I don't think it was. I think this was geared towards startups.
Yeah.
That would be my best way to put it. So yes, sorry guys, you put a good seminar on. We just weren't your audience.
Yeah.
Better way to put it. Expo, the floor, the stuff that was in there. See anything that was great?
That was great. A lot of stuff I want to do, but the props were overpriced.
I felt the props were overpriced for being sort of rudimentary. I thought that they looked very crafty.
Yeah. I mean, some of the other stuff was cool. Like there are the groups there that have the controller boxes and stuff.
Right.
And that's all good to see in
Right.
person.
Peekaboos and boo boxes.
Yeah.
A lot of horn industry influence there.
And even the idea of the photo booths and the automatic photos that we took with that guy.
Right.
That actually seemed like could be useful.
There's one comment below. What do you think of the photo booths? Because that, you stand in front. You, as a player, control it yourself. You don't have to, have a game master take your photo or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to hear opinions on that. Other than that, booth-wise, what else was in there?
A couple of business things, insurance.
Yeah, insurance. Groupon was there.
Groupon, yeah, we didn't even look at Groupon. I didn't even know if people were there.
I didn't see a single person at the booth, probably because they wouldn't get out the doors if they were.
There were a couple of things pushing the pop-up games.
Yes, a lot of pop-up game stuff.
Yeah.
We got a tour of a mobile escape room that was a train.
Yeah, train car. Yeah.
Visually very cool. Puzzles very disconnected.
Yeah.
I almost felt like if you gave that to me, we could have actually done some cool shit with it.
It didn't really fit a storyline. Kind of stayed in theme, but the puzzles didn't logically make sense in any kind of story-wise.
You know what I also didn't like was that we had a solution to a puzzle before we got to that puzzle, but it wasn't activated until other things were done first. So, you could have sat there solving that puzzle for a half hour and nothing would work until somebody did two other things that had no connection to it whatsoever were done first. I don't know. I guess that's out of necessity of using, smart boxes to, really kind of reset everything.
Yeah.
They have like a 3-minute reset time, so the computer does it all for them.
Yeah.
It's cool, but it also means that everything has to be sequential. And sometimes, that puzzle was not a sequential piece.
Yeah.
Anytime you have people put together a picture or a puzzle photo, expect that they may be able to get what they need out of it way before they solve it.
Yeah.
It was like the image showed us what we needed right in the first top quarter. You didn't need the whole entire bottom half of that picture.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
I guess that's pretty much it. We're going to be going to level 257 tonight in town and taking part in another networking mixer, and we're going to be doing a very special group, I guess you could say, video with everybody there for Unlocked. So we're going to get a lot of opinions, and we're going to talk about the industry and experience levels of people getting in and what the results have been for them. So join us then.